Hey Internet, Eric here. Back here on my channel to finally end my journey through the Wreck and Quarantine franchise. Um, my last video on the latest entry of the franchise was Quarantine, the remake of Wreck, and a lot of people were saying I wasn't going to really enjoy what I'm going to discuss today, or they did say it was a major step down. So I was very interested in seeing how I would feel about the final entry, as of right now, in the franchise, Quarantine 2 Terminal. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. I believe this came out in 2011. And this is the sequel to Quarantine. In this place, the basic plot is we are following a group of people who are in the same Los Angeles area as the outbreak that happened in the building of Quarantine, and they are on a plane ride to go from point A to point B. A person is infected with the virus, and they are forced to land the plane at this terminal that is empty. The government shows up, quarantines the terminal, and of course, they have to find a way to survive the infected people. Again, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about Quarantine 2," after praising what I said about Quarantine. They were pretty much not necessarily trapping or trashing this film, but they were pretty much saying I'm not going to enjoy it. No idea what they had watched. I really enjoyed Quarantine 2. First off, really likable characters. The main woman here, the main actress who plays Jenny. Jenny is one of these stewardesses on the plane, and she's basically, I guess you'd say, the leader of the group. She is the one that she gets all the passengers together and tries to help them survive the night. Very likable, very nice to look at. Great chemistry with everybody, whether it's the young boy, 10, 12 years old, that she's assigned to take care of because he's from a divorced family, so he spends time with dad, then he has to fly over to be with mom, and then vice versa. She was tasked with making sure he gets on the plane safely and gets off the plane safely. So she's really good with him. She's really good with the man that she meets up at the baggage claim, and she's really good. I like her. Very strong when she needs to be strong. You believe when she's scared. It's not over the top garbage acting. Really liked her. Really likable characters for the most part. The guy that is at the baggage claim at the terminal wants nothing to do with what's going on. He's telling people that he's off the clock. He wants to go home, but when he sees how serious the situation is, he helps take charge with Jenny. And he's very likable, and you want him to make it to the end. Other characters we have we have, like I said, the young boy. He is a pretty decent child actor. We have an older lady who has a dog. She's likable. A couple other female characters that are likable. The only two that aren't are characters that are not supposed to be likable. You have the one asshole, I guess you'd say, passenger who at least makes it to the terminal alive, who snuck a gun on the plane type of thing. He does his job of making you not like him. So when he finally gets it, you're glad. And the other unlikable character is the big fat guy. There's no other way to describe him. He's the big fat guy who gets on the plane. He's kind of disgusting, and not just physically, but just like his attitude. And he is the first victim of I guess you would say, the virus. So he is not in the film very long, but he does his job of making you just not want to be around. He's one of those type of despicable people. So the acting is really good. The characters are really good. The gore, very good. We have throats being ripped out. We have, oh my god, we have, again, the bleeding, the disgusting faces and stuff like that. We have it's pretty violent. We have people getting shot, body parts being ripped up. It's really good. Really, very violent. There's a scene where, even though it's not very bloody, once they're at the terminal, the fat guy's still alive. It's a great scene where he finally changes and he runs down the aisleway and he's attacking people. And he at first he bites a lady because he throws up. He's not feeling good. He throws up on Jenny, and the other stewardess comes. She's got a mask on. She's trying to care for him. He bites her on the face. Blood gushes everywhere, even though she's got one of the masks on. Because she got the rubber gloves because he vomited. That we were following her. Because what they have to do is they are trying to get her to a hospital. They can't because they're quarantined. There is a woman who is a medical student. She's a really good character too. I liked her a lot. Very likable. When she doesn't make it, that pissed me off. But we get to see this student who's bitten. Her face is bandaged up, but it's caked with blood. Anyways, also, what was I saying? The guy runs down the aisle. The pilots have to put it on autopilot. They have to tackle him, throw him in the bathroom. They're holding like the door shut once they get to the terminal. It's an intense scene. We have that scene where obviously Jenny goes back because they have to get some equipment and stuff like that on the plane, and everybody's gone. Anyways, now back to my original thought. Fat ugly dude. He's running down into the terminal, chasing people, and they have to take him out, but they strangle him. And it's a brutal watch. It takes a while. Even though this guy's infected, it's a brutal watch to see this guy strangled. What else? Pacing is really good. The music is very intense. Even though this is not a found footage film, Quarantine was, it does have a feel of Rec 4 Apocalypse. Rec 4 was not found footage. Rec 3 wasn't found footage at all. You don't have that up close and personal scary feeling like you would like if you were actually the one recording, but it doesn't take away with the fact that how good and fun this film is. You buy the scares, you feel creeped out because this terminal that they're in, like it's like the opposite of Quarantine. Quarantine, you are scared because you're so claustrophobic. You're going through all these narrow hallways and stuff like that in the apartment complex. Here, there's no one in this terminal except this small group of people, and you're wondering where are these creatures hiding. And there, like I said, there is a really good scene where they have to go back to the airplane because of one of the passengers. He has to go back to get his laptop. They have to go back and get the medical equipment to save the woman who's bleeding out that was bit on the face. And those are some really good scares because like I said, the fat guy is out of the bathroom, so that means the two pilots were obviously infected. That's a good fight scene where Jenny is struggling against one of the pilots. Really good, really intense. Lots and lots of fun. Great pacing. My only major problem, honestly, I guess you would say, aside from, I'm not going to say, likable characters dying because it's a fucking horror movie. Towards the end, once you have the final characters, I guess you would say, on their way out, someone gets out of the terminal and he's on the outside, he's on the other side of the fence, they're standing up, the fence is here, and then you have the terminal on the other side. You can tell it's an obvious green screen. Really, really bad. And that makes no sense, but then again, maybe they really weren't filming on a plane terminal. Who fucking knows? Other than that, the ending, well, I already said spoilers. Jenny doesn't make it. She ends up getting turned. And that reveal was cool. It was pretty intense. And it was one of those, damn, because you like her so much. It's really, really good. Like her performance, I loved her in this. She was so good. And then when it finally happens, you're just like, damn it. I wanted her to make it to the end. Because we know Jennifer Carpenter didn't make it to the end of hers. Maybe Jenny could have made it to this one. Didn't happen. Oh well. So with that, thank you for watching. Well, like I said, highly recommend Quarantine 2 Terminal. A straight to DVD sequel to a remake that no one was really praising, at least in my circle when they knew I was doing this franchise. Don't know what the problem was. Really, really like this movie. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Have you seen this one? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you not give a shit about this franchise? Tell me what you think. Thank you to everyone that is tuned in for Sharks and Schlock. Please give my last video on that Sharks of the Corn a watch, like, and comment because I don't want to have watched that piece of crap movie for nothing. Patrick really kicked me in the balls for that. Check out the playlist of Sharks and Schlock. Everything I have discussed, as well as everything Patrick has discussed, is in that playlist. Coming up after this, I have scheduled a review of The Relic, based on recommendation and a request from Marty over the Trash Picture Show, and Mr. John K. Alvarez. He says he enjoys that film as well. Then we have, what is next? Next in Sharks and Schlock is Blue Demon, I think. No idea what the fuck it's about, but it's got Jeff Fahey, so that's cool. And then there is a poll. I think the poll might be over by the time this video is up. But to pick my next franchise, I have a poll on X. I have a poll on my community page here on YouTube. Next franchise I'm going to tackle. At first, it seems like I was going to be doing Transformers. But the last time I checked, on one poll, The Howling was ahead. And the other poll, Puppet Master was ahead. So whoever wins, we'll find out. If there's a tie between the two, I'll do one final poll, and I'll see how it goes from there. Anyways, like and subscribe, all that crap. Cheers.